Hi, I'm Jay with Classic Kitchens, etc. And welcome to our final reveal video for the kitchen in Claremont, California. This house was built in 1955. It could be either eclectic or traditional or mid-century modern, depending on the style of the house. In this case, we went with a mid-century modern design. Inspiration for the kitchen was this fireplace. It's got white brick with a natural finish maple mantle. And so we wanted to have kind of those same elements in the kitchen. So as you can see, we have these maple natural finish shelving units here. When you're setting your shelves, now these are shadowbox shelves. You want to make sure that you really know what you're going to be setting there, how far you want it off the counter. Remember that cabinets are typically about 18 inches off the counter. So, you know, your first shelf may want to be somewhere in there. Another design element in this design are the brushed gold finishes. Again, with brushed gold, don't drive yourself crazy. You know, your lighting fixtures aren't going to match your plumbing fixtures. They're not made by the same company. Same thing with your handles for the cabinetry, your hardware for the cabinetry. So you want to make sure you get something close, but try not to drive yourself nuts. For the countertops, we went with a gray countertop. This is called Cabrini Grey from Arizona Tile. It's a quartz that looks like it kind of has a concrete mixed with a limestone kind of look to it. Having it on the white cabinets is a really nice contrast, as you can see. And then the brushed gold finishes just set everything off really nicely. There's two structural design elements that were important in this build. One is that this wall needed to stay. What we did is basically design the kitchen to fit the structure that we had. Another feature to this house is the ceiling. The clients wanted the ceiling to be raised to add a little more spacious feeling to the kitchen. So we added this soffit here, which turned out bigger, kept growing as we were designing it. The other ceilings are 8-foot ceilings, and we popped this up to a 9-foot ceiling. It did need a lot of framing because we had our ceiling joists across here, but it was a single-story home, so not a lot of with the purlin braces. Those are what carry the load from the roof. So it was pretty easy to. Well, my guys are very talented, so I'm sure it was very hard, but they're really good, so they were able to make it work. And then we added a crown molding in here too, just to give it another extra design flair. Something else we wanted to address is the door. This had an old pocket door. We didn't want to put a swing door on it because it would just encroach in the space. So we did the soft close pocket door. What I love about these soft close pocket doors is that they soft close open, which is nice, and they also soft close as well, which is also very nice. Here's the sink that we designed. This is a Kohler. Whitehaven is the model. Kohler's the brand. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with that. It's an apron front sink. What I like about the Kohler sinks is that they finish off really nice against the cabinets. Some of the sinks out there, I'm not going to name names, but you know what sink manufacturers you are. You make us cut the cabinets to your sink. That's not a good design. This has a finished end that actually caps our cut, so that you have a factory edge finish instead of making us cut the cabinet to your sink in the field. This is a lot better finish. So Kohler, nice job. For the faucet, we actually started with the Moen faucet, and then we switched to the Delta because the Delta had the right type of finish. This one's called the Brilliance Champagne Bronze finish, and this is the Delta Trinsic. It has two spray functions. It has your regular aerated sprayer, center spray, and then it has your jetted spray. And then we matched it with the push-button garbage disposal, which is another important design element to any sink. We also went with a soap dispenser and matching aerator. On the refrigerator side of the kitchen, we built in some cabinetry around it and framed out the refrigerator. So this is a cookie sheet cabinet, and what basically it is an empty cabinet with some dividers that are screwed into the bottom of the cabinet. And this gives you the option to have like little slots for all your cookie sheets and cutting boards and baking sheets and things like that. Keeps it all organized. Another nice option when you get your new kitchen is having 24-inch deep cabinets. This is really nice versus the 12-inch deep that are on kind of builder grade standard cabinets. Over here, client's got a KitchenAid microwave drawer. What's cool about this one is it has a push button open, and then it's a drawer, so even somebody like tall like me can take out whatever it is and use it. So it's kind of nice. If you are doing a base cabinet microwave, don't get a swinging door microwave. We made this wall the stove wall. We have a chimney style hood over a 30-inch range. And this is a KitchenAid range. So we have nice 2-foot countertops on both sides. Another design feature I like about this kitchen is the flush mounted light rails. So when you have a light rail, you can see we have under cabinet lighting here. You have to have a light rail on the bottom of the cabinet. So, or else the door normally is at the bottom of the cabinets. Now with the hood, you can go with a gap or you can go tight. We prefer to have a little gap in between the cabinet and the hood, especially if you're gonna tile it. If you have a vaulted ceiling, then this chimney might go all the way to the ceiling. And if it does, if the tile goes all the way to the ceiling, you're gonna wanna tile the whole back wall, which could look really cool. But if you don't wanna tile the whole back wall, then you gotta have the hood touch the cabinets. And now your material can just come up to the bottom of the hood. And with some 12-inch, really cool square handles, and those are in another brushed gold finish. So very contemporary design right now to have the square finishes. Let me talk about the drawer configuration that we went here. So we went with a 3-bank on the right side of the stove. That is for big pots and pans. I'm sure there's probably pots, pans, Tupperware in here. Boom, pots and pans. I promise you, I did not open it up before I looked. I just know how these are supposed to be designed. So pots and pans, Tupperware. On this side, we normally like to do a 4-bank drawer. A 4-bank drawer is really nice for your Ziploc bags and things like that. And Ziploc bags, it's like magic. I know exactly where everything is without even looking in here. I swear to you, I did not look in here before I said that. It just makes me look really good at my job. Another design feature that I like is the backsplash here. This is where you can really see the backsplash. We went with a rhomboid pattern mosaic with a gray grout. Now this is very mid-century modern, hard angles, geometric patterns, things like that. What we did here is we built in a spice rack right next to the sink, which is normally not a normal place to put it, but in this situation, it happens to be right next to the stove. So if you open it up, you're right there. Really easy access. The countertop, like we talked about, is that Cabrini Grey quartz. We went with a square edge profile. We have a Lazy Susan cabinet here. Actually, it's Super Susan, excuse me. So that's where you have double doors that open. We have a spinning shelf inside here. And just make sure to teach your kids, clients having this exact problem, close this door and then that door is the way to close it. We have a 3-bank drawer here, and then we have trash here. So our trash is a pull-out soft close with a 13.5 gallons recycle and trash. Next to the kitchen, separated by this bearing wall, we actually wanted some separation between these two spaces. This is the kitchen space to my left, and I have eating area behind me. And when we were designing this, me and my designer Steve, we came up with this really cool design that ends up having an accent shelf and then accent base cabinetry. So this is a desk, and then we also have some integrated pantry units because this is right next to the kitchen space. On the end of the kitchen, we have a built-in nook. Add space to the kitchen. Normally if you had a table and chairs here, you'd have to have it farther from the wall so that you could get around and you could pull the chairs in and out. We added a window here, bringing some more light to the space. We have some custom leather seating here made by a local upholstery shop. We have a really nice fixture. Client provided all the lighting fixtures, which is normal for us. I like the clients to, be involved in the design process all the way through, is best. Have us work as a team. Another really interesting design feature to this kitchen is the 12-inch deep cabinets that are on the peninsula. These cabinets are really nice. 12-inch deep cabinets are really nice to store all your appliances, your mixers and things like that. And if you have a lot of appliances like they have, it's a perfect place to store all of them. And lastly, the Hutch area. This is a built-in Hutch area that we designed. Again, we went with the Dune finish. This is that natural finish maple. The stain is called Dune. We went with reeded glass doors to give it a little more interest. Open bookshelf on one side. We have this obviously is built into the wall, and then our countertop is all integrated with the peninsula. And you can see that we actually have these white cabinets that die right into this. The whole thing's integrated, but it feels like it's a Hutch, kind of a standalone piece. For the floor, this is the existing floor that runs throughout the entire house. So we just wanted to refinish it and bring it up and give it one more good run. So sand and refinish, and we're probably good for another 5 to 10 years. And that's it. So thanks for joining us on this Claremont kitchen tour. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Another design feature that I really like about this, excuse me. Another design feature that I really like about this is okay, I'm doing that while I'm talking. Let me just start over. Okay, the frogs are out. So here, that's the, yeah, I don't need to say that's the, something, we went with this little, these are rhomboids. Yeah, kind of makes like an island with a wall on it, which is actually a peninsula, is an island with a wall on it. So there you go, it's the exact definition. All right, let's keep going around the kitchen. Around and around we go. Let's do this, let's set up to do, I guess, or you just like it in the base. I mean, there's different strokes for different folks, right? You definitely don't want to do it on the countertop. So let's start there, because now you got to bend over and you got to do all this shenanigans to get your stuff out. So not opposite. So, we play with it and keep working at it until something works. And this is supposed to be like a desk. So that's why we have the different color shelf and lower cabinets. 24-inch deep base door cabinets are basically a waste, unless you have really big things that you want to put in there. Because once you fill it up, the front 12 inches, the back 12 inches becomes just total ghost town. Or not a ghost town, but what's the other thing? A graveyard for things to go and die. Yeah, that's good. And what's nice about the 3-bank too is then you have this top drawer for your flatware. I'm sure there's cooking utensils in here and stuff. I'm sure you guys could have guessed that too. This is actually flatware. Okay, I was wrong, see? I don't have everything figured out. I have flatware in that drawer. Probably utensils in this drawer then. Yes, okay, there you go. And that's it. Thanks for joining me on this tour of our Claremont kitchen remodel. Yeah, really, right?